Welcome back. This is Adwicta. We are doing the Rise of Shadows card tier list review, preview, evaluation. We're getting deeper into the night. I think we're doing pretty good on time, but I am definitely getting worn out. We are now on to Rogue. So we talked about Paladin being a little underpowered in this new expansion for the new cards, but Druid, Hunter, Mage, and Priest all got premium cards. Rogue is going to get 2 premium cards herself, so let's start it off. Unidentified Contract, that's the big bomb. It is 6 mana, destroy a minion, gains a bonus effect in your hand. The bonus effect, it's like everything else unidentified. As soon as you draw it, you get the effect, so you know what's happening. It's not like random when you play it, it's random per game though. You can get 2 coins out of it. You can get a 1/1 stealth minion out of it. You can get a betrayal effect out of it, which just makes it like a ridiculous board clear. Yeah, there's one more thing you can get out of it. I forgot what it was. Oh, you can add the minion that you killed to your hand, right? So it becomes like that priest card, which is 5 mana, deal 4 damage. If it kills it, add it to your hand. It becomes a better version of that. Overall, really insanely good. 169. Just to give you an idea of how good this card is. 169, I don't know. Okay, Hunter and Druid do not even have a single card that is 169. That would be like, this card would be the best card in both Hunter and Druid. In Rogue, it's not the best card, only because Rogue has Sap. Sap is a 191. They're not going to print cards that good, or they shouldn't, right? So Unidentified Contract is an overpowered card, and we're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. No one's going to like it. But you know what? It's here, and at least it's epic. So it's not going to show up as often as if it were not epic. That's good. The other good rogue card that's coming in is Hench Clan Burglar. 4 mana, 4/3. Battlecry, discover a spell from another class. It's just kind of, it's a discover spell card, which are generally very good, and it's only giving up 2 stats to do it, which is generally very good. So a good card. Also, spells from other classes are going to trigger some of the effects that happen. You'll see later. A lot of other rogue cards require spells or like cards from another class to have certain abilities. So this is also a setup card. Like on top of just being a super solid card, it's a setup card for a type of synergy. And we're not even done at 148, so still pretty damn premium. We have Evil Miscreant, which is a 3 mana 1/5 combo. Add 2 random lackeys to your hand. So you can't play it as a 3-drop, but whenever you do play it, you can, on the same turn, get the tempo back that you lose from playing a 3 mana 1/5 by playing your lackeys. And your lackeys are 1 mana 1/1s that have an ability on it that more or less is equivalent to deal 2 damage. One is deal 2 damage, one is evolve, one is give rush and +1 to something, including potentially this minion to either evolve or give +1 and rush 2. One is like discover a card, one is like summon 2 mana, like a random 2 mana minion. Like they're all good, and you get 2 of them. So it is a combo, so you have to play another card, then play this, then still have mana to play the lackeys. But just the flexibility of this is pretty insane in the late game, or like even the mid game. So those are all premium cards for Rogue. That's a lot of good cards, and Rogue usually runs on its hero power. So anytime you give Rogue good cards, it gets to be pretty insane. Here, like just to visualize it for you, of the top 7 cards right now, 3 are from the new set for Rogue class cards. For Priest, it's of the top 5, 2 are in the new class. For Paladin, top 9 are all not in the new set. For Mage, of the top 6, 2 are in the are in this set. For Hunter, of the top 3, 2 are in the top set, are in this set, and for Druid, the number 1 is in this set, and then not a while afterwards. So this set it's powerful on the top. Like there's no way around it. Okay, so enough about that for the Rogue. Next one is Waggle Pick, which is a 130. It's a 4 mana for 2 weapon, so kind of like a True Silver, only instead of healing yourself, it has a death rattle that says return a random friendly minion to your hand. It costs 2 less. Technically, you can control it because you get to decide when you swing. But really, your 4 damage is probably going to be more important than your like returning stuff. So you're not 100% in control of when you want to trigger this. It's not really a positive. It's kind of a neutral ability. You can return something and play it back for 2 less, which means if it's injured, healing it is probably worth it if it's small enough. If you get something with a good battle cry, then you just like win the lottery. But if you have to take back something, like just tempo-wise, then it's not as good. So it's a very interesting kind of like card, but it's only a 130. Partly because this ability is not really a good ability, and partly because it's a rogue. So dealing 4 damage really hurts your face. And when you have a weapon equipped, you can't use your dagger. And later on, you have to use your dagger, and your face is already hurt. It's just all kinds of awkward. Vendetta is the next card for Rogue, 124. You'd still like it in your deck, but it's not a premium or anything. 4 mana, deal 4 damage to a minion. Costs 0 if you're holding a card from another class. So that's where the setup from this Henge Clan Burglar comes in, right? You Henge Clan Burglar to set in, and at some point you get the Backstab for 4. That's pretty good, but it's a combo card, right? Without the combo, it's not that great. And there's not that many ways to get opponent class cards. Your Henge Clan Burglar is a really good setup, but you don't have that many other setups. You have an Undercity Huckster, right? And then, like, I think that's kind of it as far as guaranteed other class cards. Oh, Pickpocket. That's usually played later on, though. Yeah. Anyway, that's Vendetta. Underbelly Fence is the next rogue card. It is 112, so decent, but nothing to write home about. 2 mana, 2/3, battle cry. If you're holding a card from another class, gain +1/+1 and rush. Again, here's another card that has the same trigger. They're trying to make it a thing, but really in the arena, you're not going to get it to work very consistently. Still, a Croc is decent. Less good for Rogue because the hero power kind of makes it so you don't need a 2-drop. But if you could get it to trigger, you can't get it to trigger that early. So it's not going to trigger on curve or anything. And later on, it's 2 mana for a 3/4 rush. Like, if you can get it to trigger at all. Like, ooh. It's not that much better than a Croc. And are we out? Okay. Togwaggle Scheme is a rogue card that is 58. We're now out of the relevant cards and into cards you should never pick. Choose 1 mana, choose a minion, shuffle 1 copy of it into your deck, upgrades each turn. I don't care how long it upgrades, you're just adding a minion into your deck. This is for combo stuff. We're not doing combo stuff. At least not that hardcore combo stuff. Daring Escape is a 6. We see very little value in it. It is 1 mana, return all friendly minions to your hand. So you have to use a card, not to mention the mana, in order to combo stuff. At this point, what you really want to do is get something like a Shadow Step, right? Like Shadow Step is just better than Daring Escape by a lot. And Shadow Step is not a good card in the arena. So pretty bad card. And that wraps up Rogue. You get some good cards, you get some okay cards, and you get some bad cards. I think this expansion is overall better for Rogue than most expansions are. So the problem, though, is that like Unidentified Contract is just such a great card. But how much hard removals do Rogue need, right? Rogue always has a lot of hard removals. And this meta is going to shift away from the importance of hard removals. Like, you're not going to get the insane values from it. You're going to get good values from it. So I still see Rogue as a very powerful class in this meta, though. And this expansion definitely gets a lot of it. Now on to the legendaries. You get 2 meh kind of legendaries. Attack Noswhisker, 7 mana 6/6. Whenever you shuffle a card into your deck, add a copy to your hand. You're not going to get the synergy to work out in the arena, so it's basically just a 7 mana 6/6. Not worth talking about. Next, Heist Baron Togwaggle, 6 mana 5/5. Battle Cry. If you control a lackey, choose a fantastic treasure. So, plenty of lackey cards around, right? You have one in your class, and then you have one that's a neutral. You can definitely play it on the same turn as a lackey to control a lackey, because lackeys are only 1 mana. Pretty easy. So if you can get that set up, you get a fantastic treasure. The fantastic treasures are the same ones Mare and the Fox have, and they're all like insane card advantage ones, where you're like just changing all the, like, you know, adding all legendary cards into your hand, or like getting a super tempo card and then changing more stuff into random legendaries, and you get to pick which one. Although all 4 treasures are kind of similar-ish, kind of enough. They go on a spectrum of how much tempo you want versus how much card advantage, but it's not that big of a a switch, right? Like if you want to, like, I don't know, get some reach or healing, you're not going to be able to get it. So there's a limit to that, but still, it is a trigger that only triggers off of 2 possible cards, because you only have 2 possible cards to add lackeys to your hand. One is your class card, one is a neutral. So it's just not going to trigger a lot. When it does trigger, it's really freaking good. Anyway, 98 for Heist Baron Togwaggle. Yeah, that's it for Rogue. In the meta, you're going to play Rogue like you normally do, right? They didn't do anything crazy with Rogue here. They didn't give it like a hardcore like board clear or anything. So you're playing aggro control, get stuff on the board, kill stuff while your stuff hits your opponent's face, or you're playing like a more like flip the board thing, where you dagger on 2 and you give your opponents the board, then you clean up with just like efficient removals and having minions around, and you eventually have more cards than your opponent, and you take over the board and you hit the face. Those are all things. Rogue's gonna do fine. I don't really see an issue with Rogue. Oh, I missed a card. Blink Fox is also still around, and Blink Fox, not a new card, but it's the 3 mana 3/3 that adds a random card to your hand from your opponent's class. So there's more ways of getting the cards from your opponent's class than I was noting before, but it's still limited. So you're still not gonna get those triggers to trigger that often. Okay, that's it for Rogue. If you guys are watching this on YouTube or listening to the podcast, we stream at the Grinning Goat. That's twitch.tv/Grinning Goat. Join us on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Friday nights, Eastern time, and we'll be doing some arenas. All right. Next up is Shaman, and we will be there next. Until then, this is Abwicta.